Joe Witherspoon. I'm the owner and president of Motostrano here in Redwood City in San Francisco. Look at electric bicycles. The growing market here in the United States at the time was a very small market. Most of the bike shops had not had any interest in e-bikes at the time. For me, coming from the motorized world or from motorcycle accessories, as well as from the scope of things, sort of unique and forward-thinking, the e-bike industry and the products coming out of it seem to be a great kind of progressive thing, away from the combustion engine, if you will, and away from large displacement motors, down into something that's more eco-friendly on one hand, but also human-friendly in terms of health benefits and things like that. The U.S. e-bike market, well, yeah, I mean, when we started, it was just a few players, e-bike specialty shops focused on e-bikes, kind of garage-based business of kits and things like that. Very few vendors. This past year it's just kind of exploded in terms of the number of options that consumers have, in terms of finished product bikes, which are highly advanced, most of which are coming out of Europe, and have been in circulation and in use there for a number of years, like the high bike brands and some of the other mid-drive systems, which are really just kind of taking hold now in the U.S. We really focus on quality, number one. The bikes that we saw 3 or 4 years ago were nothing like today in terms of reliability, support and things like that from the suppliers. And so right now we're really focusing on higher quality stuff that once we sell it doesn't come back with a problem, warranty issues and stuff like that, or if it does, as sometimes is the case, there's a really good backup support network from the vendors and so forth. The other issue is we're really focused on performance, kind of the higher performance aspect of the spectrum, and mountain bikes, and also commuter and urban technology. So we have 2 stores here, one in Redwood City. It's been around since 2002, and it's evolved over time. And then about 3 years ago, we launched our e-bike specific, our e-bike focused store in downtown San Francisco at 1452 Bush Street. It's a smaller store, but it's a more focused store as a showroom and service center exclusively for e-bikes. We call it e-bike lane as a separate brand. The customer base is a little bit more urban there, I'd say, yeah, than it is down here in Redwood City, although the ratio is pretty close. Down here in Redwood City, we're in Silicon Valley, we're in the heart, we're stone's throw away from Facebook and Google and things like that, so people are using the e-bikes for transportation also. But of course in San Francisco, it's a big metropolitan area. It's also more well known than Redwood City, so we get customers from the San Francisco, and we get customers from all over California too. But the ratio tends to be roughly the same, with maybe a little bit more leaning towards the hybrid bike and the dual purpose bike, where we have folks who have like a 29er, and they use it for their commuting, but then they bolt off on the weekends with the same bike, and they are going on trails in Marin and stuff like that. The trends, like the high bike is predicting growth, Bosch is predicting growth. A lot of the major e-bike brands are looking at growth, and we're looking at it as well. I mean, we're considering more stores and so forth in the area. California is a sort of hotbed of e-bike business right now, but there are challenges. There's challenges on the trails. We work with the rangers all the time to kind of get them up to speed on what's what, and try to get the rangers kind of to set their own internal rules for allowing e-bikes on trails, and certain kinds of e-bikes with speed limits and safety factors considered. But there's still states, as the Pedelec crew is going to find out, probably there are still states who are not as progressive as California, and there are states where e-bikes are pretty much banned or really not looked highly upon on trails, let alone in the cities. Most important factor to sell an e-bike, I would say it's the reliability. If somebody is going to spend $4,000, $3,000, or $5,000 on this product, just like a bicycle, it should last. It should last potentially a lifetime. This is not only transportation. There's the health benefits to it. There's the investment people are making into it, which, for most people buying an e-bike for the first time, it's the most expensive bicycle they've ever bought, and they might ever buy. And so, we want that repeat business for more bikes. We don't want that warranty repeat seeing of a customer that's got problems with something. Definitely, we're known as a place where you can come to and see a wide variety of bikes and also test ride them. So, in Redwood City, we have about 200 e-bikes right now. Many of them you can test ride instantly, and you can compare. We're almost like your own private little e-bike expo that happens every day. And then we have another 100 bikes in our San Francisco stores. Once somebody gets on and tries an e-bike, that smile's there. They get on and woohoo, and they're happy about it, and they want one. What we also do as part of our whole experience is that we're very involved with weekend rides and group rides, and we have something we call e-bike treks that we're developing into a sort of travel component. Really, it's a group riding situation right now where we host rides all over the state of California. We've ridden as far as Tahoe, to some of the trails up there. We do rides in San Francisco, and it's where people can who own e-bikes can get together with other e-bike riders, socialize, put the e-bikes to the test, climbing hills or checking range and distance, against 10 or 15 other riders all doing the same thing. And if they don't have e-bikes, they can come to our store, rent one, borrow one. A lot of times we'll have vendors come and sort of sponsor the events as well, and so they can borrow vendor bikes, and it's really an educational kind of experience. I think in 4 years' time, the situation in California, at least, will be you'll see a lot more e-bikes. They'll be almost more commonplace than regular bikes in some of the more densely populated areas. We tell people, and people who buy the e-bikes wonder, how anybody rides regular bikes, just because they're so practical, they're so fun to ride, and they're so life-changing. It's just a wonderful way to get around, a wonderful way to get exercise and so forth. I've had my personal life changed by not only e-bikes but bicycles in general. Just seeing the health benefits from it, and of course seeing our business really change from it.